Okay, yeah. We're here for the weekend politics. But for some of us who want the opportunity is there, life is there. We will not sit there for things to fall apart. I will say it, I will advise, I will constructively criticize and advance my pieces of advice as well. Thank you so much for the likes. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Liberian people across the world, and friends of Liberia, especially those of you that follow me from all over the world. I'll say hello, hello, hello. It's great to be here on Saturday. I got a whole lot coming for you. Bits and pieces, chipping here and there. And then I'll be asking you to step in as well and give your own contribution. It's about Mama Liberia, how to move it forward. Do not hold back. Make that call today. Participate. I do sincerely apologize. All of my listeners on Radio Liberia. We're having some technical problems. So for now, we are only doing Facebook and YouTube live. So let me say good afternoone to all my wonderful listeners, especially from the county that's this music coming from. Wonder Mwe, Penny and Penny. Grandpa's County, Buchanan, how you doing there? The Sunshine City, right? If you're from there, just put your hands up and say, yay! All right, thank you so much. Okay. Zobia. And this one for all the clan chiefs, the paramount chiefs, the sectional chiefs across Liberia. Superintendents across Liberia. As all the city mayors, city mayor across Liberia, Liberia would say city mayor. It's a city major. Eventually, we'll do a poem in the quest of seeking justice for Regina and her infant. Remember Regina, the 13 years old that was betrayed by her uncle, got her pregnant. And since then, Regina and her infant are nowhere to be located. Oh my God, Liberia. So once you're in power, whatever crime you commit, you will always go free. Nobody will ask you a question. What is society? Where is Regina and her infant? I will keep asking. Please, Representative Mora, please tell us, where is Regina and her infant? Are they alive? Are they okay? Countless young children being molested, madly treated, and people are going with impunity. What sort of society is this? When? I wish we could set the examples, as far as the recommendation of the TRC is concerned. Put them behind bars for years. It's the only country that integrity doesn't bother anybody. Well, let's see whether we can take the we can do this this poem in honor of Regina and her infant. So if you're from Grandpa's County, let me say I wonder way Penny. No, am I answering the question? I think so. I wonder way. So where is Regina? Where is her baby? Where are they? How are they? Would somebody please give her an answer? Are they alive? Are they in Liberia? What part of Liberia are they? Until I can get an answer, I will keep asking every day. 13 years old, trusted you. Alright, please invite other people. Just share the video, please. Swamba. Welcome to the weekend politics. As you can see it there, especially for those of you that are watching live on Facebook and of course YouTube as well, you will see the caption there. Weekend politics, bit and pieces is what we're going to be talking here. But a whole lot to cover as well. We will be visiting Nigeria to get the latest on the 111 girls that have been adopted again. 111 girls. Boko Haram have taken them away again. The parents of the girls right now, we all know, if you are a father or your mother, or if you have that human feelings, you know, definitely the state they are in right now, we can tell the agony they are in. Your child left your house in the morning and said they're going to school, and they're gone to school also, or you send them to a dormitory school, only to get the news that the bad people, gunmen, has gone there and took them away. And you have so many questions to ask yourself and ask the society as well, but no answer is coming back to you. That is the state that some of our people in that part of Nigeria are going through right now. And this is so sad. And what I actually envisioned, what I thought of, in fact, I remember once upon a time I asked a colleague of mine in Abuja, Nigeria, as to whether the government was putting any measures in place to actually beef up security, especially at those boarding schools. Because what took place years ago, 2013, with the Chibok girls, probably that would have given the Nigerian authority something to think about. Because we know the guys only want to cause mayhem, irrespective of age or gender, or whether you have your parents working in the government or not. Boko Haram just want to cause that mayhem on everybody. And I think the President Muhammadu Buhari, in as much as perhaps he trying his best, but I think they missed the boat yesterday when they decided to overlook things. And while we were in the quest to actually free the Chibok girls and get all of them out of wherever they are, the measures should have been put in place by now. Send army personnel or police officers to other schools are a target. 111th. This is so sad. So we'll touch a little bit on the developments that are coming out of Nigeria with respect to that and to the adoption. And also we take some of the news that are actually trending today across the continent of Africa to know exactly as to what is happening. And Sudan and South Africa and Zimbabwe and Liberia, Nigeria as well. But I wanted to just kick the ball rolling with this poem in honor of Regina and her infant. Regina, for some of you, perhaps the name is sounding strange to you. Regina is that 13 years old girl that was last year betrayed by her trusted uncle, got her pregnant, and then hurriedly took her out of the city when the issue was reported in the newspaper, especially in the front page Africa. And because of the power he's clothed with, Honorable Mariah quickly took the girl and her infant out of Monrovia to the destination that up to this present is unknown to each and every one of us. Not only the destination, but whether they are in good health, the both of them or not. Given the circumstances in which you have to go through to give birth, one understanding you have to go on a cesarean operation to get the baby out. But 13 years, at the age of 13, at the age of 13, your brother's child, and your brother say, please, since you are in a position right now to help, let her come and stay with you. Send her to school and prepare her for the future. And a few years down the line, at the age of 13 years old, they just betrayed her like that. Your conscience, they can't even tell you that you have done something so wrong, and because of integrity to say, yes, I have been accused let me step down as representative of this district and clear my name. You're still sitting in power. And your brother's daughter, your own daughter, I can say, is going through this kind of anguish, everlasting pain and sorrow you are putting her. She will never ever recover from it. Never. And my hope is that Regina and her infants are still alive. I'm really hoping that they are still alive. That one day justice can come, or we come for them, we come out for them. That one day Representative Moriah will stand in the courthouse and enter his plea, whether guilty or not. How can you be so wicked? You live in Monrovia. You are a representative. Not only power, but you have money. You want to tell me you can't get a woman older than her, a woman from 18 and above, that you can only go and find pleasure in abusing that little girl, your own daughter, got her pregnant, and decide again to suffer over and over again? You know why we're talking? The number is just there for those of you that are watching live on Facebook. We only right now we're live on Facebook only. The number is there. If you want, you can call. You can chip in, make a call. Also, if you for those of you that have a smartphone, also you can also call via the video as well, and you can give your 1 or 2 cents. Whether it is the story about Regina or any other political story that you want to talk on. But I wanted to start off with Regina and her infant. And then, you know, as far as politics is concerned, Liberia, we are on a path that some of us are still thinking that direction is yet to be discovered. It's like we've got into this river bank, and because the boat that's supposed to come and take us, the canoe that's supposed to take us across the river, is facing a disaster right in the middle of the river. We are just standing there, not knowing where to go. But turning back, when we look behind us, we see a threat, whether it's hunger threat that we're running away from, or whether it's poverty threats. Because we don't want to go by, we are standing to the river bank and thinking that we can hurry the canoe man to come over and collect us. That is where we are. That's how I feel as far as the political stalemate of Liberia is concerned. That's our position right now. I don't know how you see us, you see the nation right now. But from the time this government took over, I can tell you that up to this point, I do not know as to where do we stand as a nation. If you know, you can call me and give your own 1 or 2 cents. But I don't know where we stand. don't even know where are we heading. Well, if you don't know where you're standing, how will you know where are you heading to? So that is the state that I feel we are in right now as a nation. And as a concerned Liberian, for me, not only because I'm in the media behind the microphone or behind the pen and paper, but I feel I also have a responsibility to ensuring that indeed my contribution, voicing out my contribution, will help the process, including yourself as well. And so today I want us to talk about issues, whatever issues that burn in your heart, whether it has to do with the dress code that is making headways on social media, or have got to do with the president's visits across the three nations, including Morocco, Senegal, and France. I know many of you follow the news from there. You can also propound on it. I decided I wanted to talk about, I wanted to really touch on the representative Mona E. Pelon Youngblood, but because I wrote her this morning, I want to give her some time to see if she will come back to me based on those points that I noted to her. My observation as far as since the President George Weah came to power and how she been behaving. I've expressed my concern and actually raised some suggestions to her. So I'm waiting. Today I'm going to rest my case on her until I can get a reply from her. If I don't, then next week I will exclusively be addressing the way I'm seeing things going wrongly, and which of course she is contributing of. Because when you are given a piece of job to do, it comes with responsibility. And of course, those responsibilities as well will have land of demarcation, that you don't just cross them, because you have policies and procedures in place. At the moment you cross the boundary, or the moment you actually make an attempt to cross, you will be going against a policy. And that policy will have a detrimental effect, perhaps on the entire institution. This is why responsibilities and policies are put in place. Now, where yours stop, mine will begin there. But the same as though what I have been observing since the day of, in fact, before the inauguration, when Mr. Weah won the election and became president of Liberia. A whole lot of things that are going on that many of us who are observing it, if we don't talk about it and suggest and perhaps make our own impact in terms of proposing, propounding on issues and of course advancing our suggestions, we will see things going on wrongly, and the effect will also reflect on all of us as people of Liberia. And this was repeated again in Paris especially. I didn't go to Morocco, I didn't go to Senegal, but I was in Paris. And what I saw there, I think, it behooved me the responsibility to talk about it. And this is why I decided this morning personally to write to Honorable Youngblood on my observation there. then the team, the president and his entourage have returned back home. And the press release came from Honorable Youngblood, and I commented on that particular press release. I'm trying to hold back not to really dwell on Honorable Youngblood today until I can get response from her. But so many things going on now. By the time I start talking about this, I'll give myself a kind of a time that I don't want to talk about it, but say something from one point or another. Keep inviting me to say something. But I will hold my peace until then. We will leave it that way. But I'll hold my peace for now on Honorable Mona Pelham Youngblood. But let's come back now to the visit of the president. In Morocco, we understand the president started his visit in Morocco. Now, understanding as well, when the trip came about, many questions were being asked as to who was sponsoring the trip. How many people are on the delegation? At the initial stage, we were not told. But after a couple of days, some of, maybe insiders of the CDC, they came out and told us that the trip has been sponsored by the authority of Senegal. And that is why they posted an airplane believed to be owned by Senegal. And some of us saw the pictures as well. We saw the photograph of the president, the first lady as well, embarking and of course disembarking as well. But that's what they told us, that this offer was the gesture from the Senegalese president to bring the empty plane to Liberia, pick up the delegation, take them to Morocco, then Senegal, and then to Paris and back to Liberia. And I thought, I said, wow, this is a huge gesture. Because the jet fuel alone is still costly, very, very costly. And for somebody to say, well, I'm giving you the airplane, you can use it. I'm giving you the airplane, you can use it. And I'm going to fuel the agent. And I'm responsible for all the hotel bills for your 25 member of delegation. Everything about food, we are responsible. And that's a huge gesture. I appreciate that. But are there not taxpayers in Senegal? Now perhaps they will ask questions. Why these gestures like this? Even though the leader will come and will still ask for other help. But this is a notion, this is what they made us to believe. And we know tomorrow, something might come out tomorrow that will be contrary to what they are, or they have told us about this trip. Because first, when the issue came, some people said there were about 23 people or 24 people. And some say no, it was about 13 or so. But from the post I saw yesterday from the Honorable Youngblood, she came out now to tell us that we were about 25 on the trip. And she posed a question. That means something that, even that, I'm going to reserve it until I can get a response from her. Because I like to, when I want to deal with the issue, or when I want to talk about something, like so much burning me, and in the interest of the majority, I want to be able to be on this on the side that somebody would say, yeah, at least Max made an attempt. Because depending on the answers you're going to give me, I mean, respect to what I wrote her about and my suggestions, I can come and address the issue. I mean, that my voice you want, or that woman asking whether you want to see my face. I think my voice is more of important right now. I'm sorry, let me show you my face. This is my face. Yeah, man. You know, when you're too ugly sometimes, you ain't good to, especially when you sit down behind microphone or behind the camera. Don't show your face too, too much. They'll be hiding this small. And people see, when they see the cheeks also, they can determine whether the person is handsome or beautiful also. I'm trying to hide my face because of that. So the trip accordingly was in our interest, the Republic of Liberia. But I agree with it. But we want to know the true story behind it. Did they give us the food and everything? Because to host a delegation and entourage of a government delegation, which of course everyone will be treated as a diplomat. And when they travel, we know definitely when they go in the hotel, it'll have to be first class hotel. Majority of them, when they are traveling, unlike this particular trip where at least the whole plane were given to them, but mostly they travel on first class. Food and thing. Now, what is it so much that Liberia have done, contributed positively to Senegal, that such a great gratitude should be extended to us? You'll have a plane, you'll come, we got a hotel for you, everyone will eat first class food, we got travels within the city, everything is being arranged, and you'll be taken back, you'll be taken to Paris, France, and from Paris you're going to go back to Liberia, and then we bring our empty airplane back. Wow, that's a gesture. I'm trying to even reach out. I've been trying to reach out to the office of the president through the press secretary there in Senegal. I wrote them, and I'm still waiting to get an email reply from them. Because I remember the reason I find it difficult to really comprehend and accept the story that is coming out is when the former president Charles Taylor was found guilty, and he was sentenced for 50 years. At the time before even President Taylor trial coup finished, there was this there was this contention as to where should Mr. Taylor faces prison. And in fact, countries started bidding to host Mr. Taylor as a prisoner. And one of them was in Africa was Uganda. But later on, the Westerners decided that Taylor, since the United Kingdom agreed that Taylor should come to the UK, that Taylor should come here. And the moment that the British people, we the taxpayer here, the moment we heard that it's been announced that Mr. Taylor was going to be sent here to start his 50 years journey in prison, the people started, speaking against it. Now, no, we can't agree. Our tax, tax money. How can we, contribute to taking care of somebody that you guys say have, caused mayhem in his country and other countries also? Then how can we accept that kind of person? And then our high-end money, tax money, will be going to look after this individual. So it was huge. It took almost 2-3 weeks. People were arguing on all radio talk shows here in the United Kingdom. People were talking about it. Because what happened here when they put you in prison, unlike Liberia or my own country, Liberia, when they put you in prison, the food you eat there, the medication you take, the gym you go to, the television you have there, everything, your bath towel, your, a lot of things that you're supposed to buy on your own. The taxes that we paid here to the government, they take small from there and send it to different elements that, to keep the society moving. And this is why I brought the resentments when they say Mr. Taylor was going to be sent here. And the people started, with the citizens, with the taxpayers, we started talking about it against it. No, we don't want him here because our money will, will be contributing to keeping him here. And so I'm just trying to link with what the gesture of Senegal, or the Senegalese president, that not only sending an invitation, come and visit me, but come and take control of my whole house and do anything you want to do. It's not really easy. I will send you. How many countries you going? I'm going to 3 countries. Okay, I'm giving you an airplane. They would pick you up, carry you to your first country. From there, you go to the second. From there, you go to the third. And from the third, you go back home. And from back home, we get our plane back. Well, in every aspect. Now, they haven't even told us whether indeed, when they went to Morocco, the Senegalese president or government was also responsible for the hotel bills there. When they went to Senegal, yes. Or when they came to Paris, France, whether indeed Senegalese government was also responsible for all the hotel bills also. You see, these are some of the questions we still got to ask the members of the entourage, especially Honorable Muna E. Pelon Youngblood, because she's more of being the press secretary today. In fact, you're playing 3 roles, which when I wrote her this morning, I mentioned all the roles that I have identified that she's playing, and asking her whether indeed that's how she will continue functioning. And so on, unless we get the clear understanding, because at the end of the day, no matter what it is, the country spent some money. And some of us, we are having problem with the number of people that went on the trip or on these visits. Who all went on the trip? What was their responsibility? Because what we have experienced, for me, what I have seen, I followed leaders when they travel. Before they travel, they taking key members of the government. If the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Theresa May, is traveling, like how Tony Blair used to travel, if she's taking the defense minister with her, or she's taking the education minister, I can't even talk about education minister because it's for them here, except maybe they're going to China, because they British people feel that education is it's been taken. The Chinese are actually ahead of them a little bit. And so, for example, if Theresa May decide that she's taking the defense minister along with her, Theresa May decide that she will take the culture minister with her. What they do is she is going to meet with her direct counterpart, which is the president of that country. And they just, anything that they have discussed prior to the trip, that indeed they need some kind of a military business, or to do business militarily with that country. The defense minister, the prime minister and the defense minister will brief, and by the time they get in that country, while the prime minister is meeting her counterpart, the defense minister will go to the defense minister of that country. That's people on the same level as far as job description is concerned. They discuss things. The culture minister will also do the same. It's not that the prime minister will have to go and meet, but every minister in every country they go, they meet them separately. No. Advance messages sent, and the president that they are going to visit the president, they all will say their thing, and those other ministers will know definitely that indeed when these people come, this is what will be going on. Now, by the time the meeting is finished, but if you're hearing, if they stand now to talk to the press, to talk about bilateral relations or so, they have already concluded, because the defense minister of the two countries they have met already, they come out and they give their feedback individually to their presidents, to their leaders and things. The culture minister will do the same. The minister of sports will do the same and thing. So when the two leaders are addressing the press or addressing their citizens, that's when you hear the president, the prime minister, and I, we have agreed to, advance to increase business relations. We are looking at, about manufacturing. We want to buy more aircrafts, and we know that the United Kingdom can help us to get. So we have come up with, just something like that. So the nature of traveling with with entourage of your lieutenant, of your ministers, is that they are going to make negotiations on behalf of the country, and that by the time the president is addressing, they are having their joint press conference, we can hear it. But we didn't hear anything. Did you? I saw ministers. So even the speaker, what was he? Because I didn't hear anything that the speaker of the house met the speaker of the house in Paris or in Senegal or in Morocco. I never heard of that. I never heard that the information minister met his counterparts in the all three countries. I didn't. The finance minister was there. Did I hear anything that the finance minister of Liberia met the finance minister of let's see what the country of Morocco or Senegal? No, I didn't hear it. So what was the nature of them being part of the entourage with a huge number of people? And I can tell you, I can put a bet to it, and I will put a bet to it, that indeed Liberia did spend on this particular on these trips. Now one day it will come out, and somebody coming out telling us, oh, you think we lost in the trip? No, we gained. We took there 25 people, but at least we spent $52,000 and we got $5 million back. So we got bonus or thing. Man, is that the answer you're going to give us, or you are giving us? Like, really? I don't think that's the right answer you're giving us anyway. We say demand more. The people that are paying their taxes in Liberia, they have the right to know. You can get ready to travel. We already came. I mean, the president told us, even on the first day, I met nothing. But we've been hearing these stories way back, way down the line. Anyway, I didn't mean anything in the cover also. But then after a few days, what we started hearing, huge amount being spent to renovate office or offices. So where did they get the money from? Where? I really do apologize. Some of you trying to call, but my system is, except for, you know, if you can make it a call on I use a video call on YouTube, fine. But the number you see on the caption there, which is my Skype number, is not Skype. My system is completely down at the moment. It's been reading for almost 1 hour now. I mean, nothing happening. So there's no way call can come through by calling that phone number. Okay, so if you want to, let me see, somebody is trying to call. Let me see, who is it? Saki, is it Saki? Let me see. Okay, I think the person dropped. Okay, Saki dropped. So let me go back. Let me see. Let me go back. All right, yeah, you can try and call. Bit and pieces that I'm talking about. You get any concern raised so far, you can talk about it as well. You want to talk about Regina and how this little girl was betrayed by her own uncle, got her pregnant at the age of 13, and up to this present we don't know where she is. What do you think about our justice system, and what do you think about, you know, the how they call integrity part of us in the Liberian context? I mean, why is it that we do not take integrity so serious? Oh yes, the last time, even right now as we speak, here in the United Kingdom, people are resigning because they've been accused of something. Now, even if they deny that, look, I don't know anything about it, the first thing they will do, they will say, I am stepping aside. I am recusing myself. In Liberia, they don't do it. Why? Why are we so different? Just the other day, before the end of the year, this member of parliament, he was serving. I mean, the old man has served, you know, for his constituency for so many years. And I don't know some of the story now that are coming out of you know, the women sex abuse thing and whatever is making headwaves now across the world, especially in the civilized society, not in Liberia. People are resigning post their hair, and people have been taken to court. And the old man's name was flagged out in the newspaper and say, well, he did touch a woman inappropriately like 3 years ago. You bring this in Liberia, they'll say, what? That 3 years ago thing, you're coming to tell somebody here and whatsoever. Yeah. This man touched somebody inappropriately, according to the paper, 3 years ago. And he's serving in the government. The next thing that pops up when the story came out in the news and all over on BBC, on television and radio and thing, the next day the old man decided to step aside as a representative, members of parliament. I have nothing to do with this thing. I don't know anything about it, but however, I am standing aside as representative for my constituency, so that it cannot distract the investigation. Oh yes, man, I love this integrity. And you know what happened again? The next thing, after two days or 3 days, they even found his body. He was dead. He committed suicide. This is what integrity does to people. When you're civilized, when your nation is civilized, when your people are civilized, when both of them are actually civilized, you will enjoy democracy, you will enjoy freedom, you will enjoy the rights that belongs to you, that nobody can just come and step over you and go free. They won't. So I'm trying to link this particular story I'm telling you about with what happened to Regina. If Representative Moriah actually believed that he's a human, you know, that he respects his integrity so much and his family, the whole family integrity. But now this representative would have resigned, gave himself up, and the court proceedings start. That I'm going to stand aside as a representative for District Number 9 in Regina County for the sake of pursuing this matter. But I know I am innocent. This is what you have to say. But to remain in that position and the right of somebody is being tampered with. Where are we heading as people? When you empower, you feel that, you know, nobody else is supposed to have life. It's only you and your immediate family, right? Integrity. So you should only, I mean, it is only value in the Western world. Like seriously? A couple of years ago, these members of parliament as well here in the UK. This old man left from work. And normally here, you know, we write them. And we write them almost every day. They will receive dozens of letters or so from their constituents. And mostly they have to respond to them. It's not in Liberia anyway. I mean, last year, how many senators I didn't write? And this old man, I don't know what happened that day. He left his office on his way going home. He has folded some papers from his office, and he was going, you know, with a lot of trash cans all over, and he just went and put it in the bin, as we call it. He put those papers in the bin. And what happened next was a journalist, perhaps he wanted to know what sort of papers the old man put there. And he went, the journalist went and took out the paper, the wrapped paper, and then he opened them. When you saw them, there were two, one of them was a letter a constituent has written to him with respect to some concern within the constituency. Of course, after reading it, perhaps he should have left it in his office. Bloop the next, before in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, it was in the news. The next day, the old man resigned. He resigned. He stood down as representative for that particular constituency, because he said, I have done the wrong thing for me to have put my constituent letter in the bin. He apologized, and from there he stood down. You see integrity? That's what it does. Because the notes were all over now in the news, everywhere. Boom, 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 okay, and this and that, this and that. So this is it. Why is it that we we have the same red blood cell, we have everything, just the skin color whatsoever. Why is it that we behave, especially Liberia, our people behave differently? Them went to school the same way the people went to school here and whatsoever. You went to university, and somebody went to university, got your first degree, the person went to, you represented, the person represented also. You want to tell me that indeed that we should celebrate people acting and behaving differently from us? Then we say we are civilized people? I really, really, really sincerely apologize for all of you making an attempt. I see calls coming in, but I can't take it at all. That's my sister not picking up. So for those of you watching live on Facebook, you can just video call me. I will take it. So that is it. Let me see if I can take a couple of your comments. Comments here. Let me start up with. Yeah, my system is down, so let me start up with Loretta. Watching the program from Norway. She say here because it's their time to take their share. So anywhere the president goes, they have to be with him, even when they themselves know that it wasn't necessary for all of them to be part of that delegations. I agree with you. Okay, let me see what I can take some more or read some more comments. Let me see. Okay, thanks to all of you that are watching. Let me go up and see who is this. Aminata Fatu Kamara is the Paul. Okay, where you going? Okay, Aminata Fatu Kamara. She said, Max, Liberian are different kind of human being on earth. Yes, I agree with you. That's why we behave differently. Siko for Nelson, my own boss, they are Radio LRB, but we don't have a mailing system in Liberia. What do you mean? A mailing system to send a letter to your representative? Coming to that one. Max, Aminata again, thank you so much, always contributing. Max, you think that man going to look at the $17,000 $17,000 a month he's making to let it go? Oh, we're talking about the representative now. Yeah, okay. He don't care about integrity. All he cares about is money, and to do things those criminals care about integrity. Okay, thank you. Fatimata, thank you so much. Minata Eme, thank you. Let me come to that, Mr. Nelson. Yes, in as much as we have a mailing system here, but sometimes I don't even send my letter through the mail. I don't go and pay money to send it, because some of the people, by the time they start the wrong campaign to say they want to be represented also, or members of the parliament, first of all, the moment they declare themselves and their own party qualifies them, they'll have their own website. Now on the website there, they have everything about themselves, their biography and everything. And they'll have the means that you can contact them. Their constituency contact number will be there, and their the House of Parliament contact number will be there. The email that you can contact them to the local constituency office will be different from the email that you can contact them to, that you can reach them at the House of Parliament. So you see, and I can tell you, I have been writing letters to my representatives here, time after time. 4 days the maximum, I will get a response. No matter how critical the issue I'm raising or I want to find out, I will get a response. And what they do, if I have written to them that I have concern about the ministry of, about the decision by, let's say for example, by the education minister on certain thing, and I raised that concern in that letter. What they do, my representative will make sure that that letter will go to the education minister. He will write a cover letter and says, my constituents is concerned about this, and they have written me, they have written you through me, and they send a letter up. When that minister is replying, they will address the letter to me and then write a cover letter, send it straight to my representative, and then they will have a copy. They will read and have a copy, and then send another copy to me, the minister's copy, original copy to me, for me to know, because I got to know this. My first actually tangible letter I wrote, that was Tony Blair time. It was about the issue of visas. Because after the recession or so, these countries, all of them, including the United Kingdom, they started cutting down, expenses, or how much they spend. I had a problem that, why is it that Liberia or Liberians should be going to Ghana or Sierra Leone to go for visas? I didn't know what was the rationale behind it. Okay. Because I tried once for a relative of mine to come, and they have to travel to Ghana. It didn't materialize or so. And then what I decided to do was single-handedly, I wrote the Prime Minister, Prime Minister Tony Blair at the time, and took issues with his office. That when your people read, in fact, I fleshed out the main diamond and gold mining companies in Liberia right now are owned by British. And when your people ready to travel from the UK to go to Liberia, is at will. Yes, they are applying for visa also, but the visa almost is released automatically. Why is it that you are getting more profit from us in Liberia, from our soil, that Liberians that are living in the UK cannot benefit by virtue of their parents, their relatives coming over to visit? Why is it so difficult? And why is it you do not have embassy in Liberia that you can issue visa? Now, I didn't know what was why were the UK government doing this? Until when I approached Tony Blair on this through my member, through my MP, I later got to know. The letter got to, 3 pages of letter I wrote. The letter got to Tony Blair, got to my member, to my MP, and then he forwarded a letter to the office of the Prime Minister, Tony Blair. Within less than a week, I got a reply, and I got to know that, look, it is not only Liberia that they have asked to apply for their visas in another country, but there are many countries they put together, 3, 4, 5 countries they put together, and for them to get visa in one other country. So for us in West Africa, they included us. That we should Liberians should either choose to go to Freetown, Sierra Leone, or go to Ghana for our visas. But we want to come to the UK. And they said, according to the letter, again, Tony Blair said in his letter that they are doing it because of financial constraint, that they are trying to cut down, expenditure. So by them, putting 2-3 countries together to one destination for visas, they said they are spending less, because an ambassador is supposed to be in every country, and the entire running system of an embassy have to be in that country. So they say they spend more money on that, and that is it. So I was able to get a response, and that's how it's supposed to be. I've never heard. Even all the time I went for campaign, I used to ask people, how do you contact? Even Honorable Youngblood, Mona Penama, when she appeared on one of my talk shows here, I even asked her, what is the process that your constituents can get can get to you? It was a difficult question for her to answer. Oh, we have a constituency office, they can go there and whatever. I said, do they meet you face to face? Like how it's done here? Because my member of parliament, they got 4 days to work at the House of Parliament. And then almost every Friday or Thursday, they choose whichever day. They come back to their constituency and they have one, let's say, first come, first serve, service there. That their constituents will meet them face to face with issues that they feel their representatives supposed to know. Do you do something like that? They say, oh no, we have a constituency a coordinator. When you have issue, you come to the constituency coordinator, and if it's matter that are supposed to reach me, and then But I said, but this is now it's supposed to be, because when you wanted a post, when you wanted to be elected, you met these people face to face, and you talked to them, and you told them, you convinced them that you can represent them adequately. Why is it difficult now when you get there, you don't want to meet the people face to face? That you have to meet your constituency coordinator. Who is a constituency coordinator anyway? As far as your functionality is concerned. Let me come to you, the question you raised about we don't have a meeting system. Yeah, we don't have a meeting system. But first of all, they don't even encourage even the children to write them. Yeah, Obama there. The school children can write, they can take pen and paper, they write. Or any American president for that matter. If that letter is addressed to the president, they go in there, that child will take that pen and, pen and write an envelope and, address the envelope, everything. And that letter will go to the White House. The letter will be received and it will be looked after. But you know what happening in Liberia? It's different. I went there for the when I went to launch my book. Madam Ellis Johnson-Sirleaf was still in power, and I wrote the letter. I wanted to. I decided to invite her as well, her office. I didn't know, because I have done it here several times. I write letter and I would type. Let me in. Sorry for that. I would type the letter out, but then. In most instances, I will use the pen to write the address on the back of the envelope here, and that letter never came back to me that I have addressed the individual with ink or ink pen. I didn't know that in Liberia it's a different ball game. I wrote the president about the book I wrote, and I explained everything. I put the book in the envelope and I wrote the letter. I took my pen. I didn't know. I addressed it to the madam. I walked to the executive mansion, and from one office to another I went. In fact, the first office right on the ground floor there, the moment you enter, they have people who receive letters there. I said I came to drop this letter for the president. By the time the lady saw the letter, they address with pen. He said, no. You don't address. We don't hold it. I don't even touch that letter. I said, why? I mean, she was refusing it like it was something personal or personal, yeah, that I will hold it in my hand. No, we don't hold letter like that. I beg you. And she was talking to me that some kind of we share myself, we met somewhere and we fought before also. I said, but mom, what do you mean? Go and write that letter good. I said, what do you mean I should go write a letter? What are you trying to say? How can you write the president with ink pen? No, here is not accepted, this and that. And in fact, the way you address the letter as well. You're supposed to put your own address at the back of the envelope, and then the president. I said, is that why you acting like this? no, before I have to go back home or brought you somewhere. And I told her, okay, I asked her, so how should I, how should I do? You just go and tap it. You just need to tap it, that's all. But the president, no letter will pass this particular desk and go to the president if it's addressed with ink. And if you make mistake, you even read with ink pen on the paper inside the envelope, forget it. That letter will not even be looked looked after. I said, what? Really? Yeah, that day I was so puzzled. I was just standing there. I said, wow, really? Oh, but then what? I kept asking myself, why is this so different in Western part of the world? Also, I wrote Tony Blair with similar thing. I wrote Gordon Brown the same way. Theresa made it last time when they had rise flat people got burnt inside, and she play low on it. I wrote her personally how I felt her behavior towards when she went there on the first day to visit the people, how she sidelined the very people that were affected, and when they talked to fire service people and she was gone. And I have zero problem with it. I wrote the Prime Minister, Theresa May, and as President, and I wrote that letter with my hand. I didn't even read it with pen. I got reply from the Prime Minister office. So how are you going to encourage even the young people that will say, oh, I want to read my leader? That fourth grade child, that fifth grade child. Because children here, they write their people, they write the PP people and things, they write their prime minister, they write the presidents and things. So by the time that letter get there, maybe the child, way in Banga in their fifth grade, and they say, oh, let me read my president. And the letter reached the desk at on the ground floor of the according to this executive mansion. Did I say executive mansion? The executive mansion annexed. And that child letter would just be thrown away in the trash can, or would just be refused. I think we have to change. I told you that day. I think some of us we have to talk about this, and you have to change this particular way of dealing with us. Not everybody will have the opportunity to go and sit down to write letter to their leader with pen, let's say on the computer. The children too can't afford, and I was emphasizing on the children. I said, I even asked the lady like this. So what's about if a school, if a child in the 12 or let's say 6th, 7th grade or 5th grade writes the president, so that means you will not hold a letter? I said, no, nobody is exempted. I said, wow, you guys are not giving the courage to our children to communicate with their leaders. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. So, I mean, look, when you ask, no meeting system, it's not about meeting system. Everywhere there's the bureaucracy. Everywhere there's somebody there to just press somebody down. We never had computers before. How do people used to write each other? We have pen pals those days. You would write letter way from Regina County and go into America to your pen pal. People giving people encouragement to say, you do this. The time almost coming to an end. Let me see. Sorry, the system is down today. You can call and contribute. Okay, let me take this one. Aminata, always contributing. Max, our foolish leaders don't care about children or human rights. Yeah, that's true. Because they are funny people, man. Okay, Aminata staple panning here. Okay, the other one I'll just leave you, Aminata. Max, those are white people, and they know exactly what life is about. They also value human beings. Yeah, I agree with you, Aminata Kamara. Thank you so much for your contribution. I agree with you. But these are some of the issues. Sorry, even the stories I thought of sharing with you. My computer is really busy, just doing something else. I can't even bring the draw the stories out as well. I wanted to share with you in Nigeria, but just to give you the gist of it, that on this current Tuesday, 111 girls were adopted again. And they have been taken to an unknown destination, I believe, to be done by Boko Haram. And the following day, one government official came out and said that the children were rescued. The girls were rescued by the government. And it brought a huge backlash on the government, and President Muhammadu Buhari have to come immediately to apologize to the people for the wrong information, and to tell the Nigerian people that indeed the children have not been located, neither they have been rescued. So as we speak, mothers and fathers, relatives of those children are going through serious anguish right now. And wherever you're doing, wherever you are in the quest of African solidarity, please let's remember them in prayers, while we continue to hope for them to be released, for God to comfort their family members. It is so hard, very difficult. You have taken care of your child for so many years, and they reached a certain age now that they are about to start giving you back, or they start to enjoy life, and somebody just come and snatch them away and take them to an unknown destination that you don't even know what happening to them. What state of mind are they in? It is so difficult. So I'm going to stop here, bit and pieces. Tomorrow morning, about 9 o'clock Liberian time, the program LIB Gospel Music Promo Show is back tomorrow morning from 9 o'clock. The program is exclusively I designed it to promote, to celebrate, and to also appreciate Liberian gospel music, and of course Liberian gospel musicians across the world. This program has this is the 4th year now it's been running. I decided to do this in the quest of appreciating and also sending our music out there, gospel music out there. So join me tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Liberian time, exclusively for the Liberian gospel music. Hopefully by the grace of God we'll be live on Facebook as well and YouTube. But for today, I don't know, things are really not too well here today, because of this system. The system is absolutely giving me trouble. Nothing else I can do, but thank God at least it did allow me to do the talking, and for you to be part of it as well. Thank you so much for today. Let's hope by the grace of God between now and Monday, once I get to once I get a reply from Honorable Muna Penham Youngblood, whatever verses you're going to reply me, I will bring the discussion back on Monday night on my show. Because what I saw in Paris, what I saw on the inauguration day, and what I saw on the day that the president was addressing the House, the 54th members of the legislature, we don't correct things right now, and we don't tell people the mistakes that they are doing, the reflection as a country, as people of Liberia, it will be on all of us. And I'm not going to sit there. I know that things, somebody is doing things wrongly. I'm not going to sit there to celebrate that individual. If what they were doing, will only embarrass themselves or embarrass an individual, that's fine. I don't care. They can do it. But I am talking about some of their contribution that will lead the entire nation to be put at shame. And that's why I wouldn't want to sit down so proudly and without talking about it. I would talk. And this is why I decided to write certain people. This government, they need to check themselves. Let them revisit their responsibilities and follow the policies that they have given them or that's supposed to govern them. But too much lapses. I saw too much lapses. And I can tell you, and I'll keep telling them, President, this man is no longer the standard bearer of the CDC. This is the president of Liberia. You guys have to stop misbehaving. As much as I don't support most of what brought him to power, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't talk. It's my country, and I have a stake in it, especially for the benefit of our children, of that 5 years old, of that 6 years old, of that 3 years old, for that benefit. For me, I will continue to talk, because the mistakes that you are going to make today will make them to suffer tomorrow. When you plunge the country into debt and you leave office, tomorrow those children will face it, because at the end of the day, people will be behind your nation to pay the debt, and your country, whoever will be in power, will be constrained that they won't put money into education, they won't put money in the health system, they won't put money into road construction or road development or whatsoever. They won't put money into connecting towns and villages through building bridges and other stuff. But rather they will be working towards paying debts. So that's why, for me, it's not what I want to see in the next 10 years. That when this president leaves office, I want the next president to come and say, oh yeah, President Just Weah said he didn't meet anything in the cover. But I want you to make the difference, because you say, I know change for hope and hope for change. That when you live in tomorrow, we want you to leave good money in the cupboard, so that when that individual takes over, they will say, yes, this is the only government that have left huge amount of money in the cover. And I can say comfortably now to work without giving any excuse. It's so sad. They're going to be sad. It's going to be hard. I can tell anybody, it's not going to be easy. Not getting $5 million or promise or so from whatever country or so. And somebody coming to tell us, oh, if we spend $52,000 and get $5 million, then our profit. Come on, man. Come on, man. If I go to Liberia, if I say hi to you, don't want to like you did it last time, don't do it. It's fine. I went to Paris, you were avoiding me. You think, or maybe or you thought I was going to bombard you with questions or so. I didn't even have plan for that. What I want to see things put in a proper perspective. Not for me. Even during the campaign, I wasn't talking for myself. I was talking for The children of Liberia, that 3 years old, that child that was just born this morning, that's the child that I am concerned of, their future. I'm not talking about my future. My future was mortgaged in 1980, 1989. Yes, that's when my own future was actually mortgaged. And up to now, the mortgage haven't been paid. So I'm feeling the wrath of it. And I don't want the next child that's going to be born this evening or this hour I'm talking now, that's one that just came out or so. I don't want them to face the same wrath that I faced yesterday and those challenges that I went through. That's why I'm talking. And that is why I will keep talking. If you want to hate me for that, that's fine. You can go ahead. But I don't hate you. And for those of you that are even talking about, I don't like the government. I don't hate the government. I don't hate President Weah. But if I'm against your policy and I'm trying to talk about it and I'm trying to advance, this thing is, I don't just talk. I will advance. I will make my advancement of as far as I'm making suggestions is concerned. I will do it. If it costs me to write, I will write. You know how many senators I've been writing in the past? They don't even reply you. Before I came, I wrote the minister of education, or let's say Minister of Justice designate. Oh, thank God he was not even he didn't even cross the border. I wrote him, and I wanted him to address the issue of immigration. As far as the citizenship is concerned, how do people obtain citizenship if they hold another citizenship in another country? And I was actually trying to relate it to the president's wife. You're still denying people. People go to that airport. They want to get out of that airport. They're demanding you. Where is your final destination? The moment you say, "Oh, I'm going to this country," or so, okay, where's the passport for that country? And sometimes they will put you on a duress to the extent that somebody will tell you, say, "I'm going to decide which passport that you should keep," because the president say we do not have dual citizenship status here. And the other people should just come and have a free ride on us. No, it can be. And I'm still asking. If the first lady went through naturalization and she got her citizenship as a Liberian, please, we want to see her certificate. It's not possible. Or what? And somebody say I'm talking the wrong thing, or I hate somebody. I don't hate anybody. If I was in that category, I won't be going home almost every December to go and identify with orphanages and hospitals and clinics. I won't do that. Even for they're the one that are making $17,000 every month. Go into their districts. What do they do there? Nothing. Where's the money going? Even development funds is given. How much is spent on regenerating the communities? The communities. There's no community regeneration projects going on. When the rain season comes, forget it. The flood is everywhere. Where's the money going? By this time, this kind of a dry season now, I expect these representatives going into their community now, cutting the gutters, making gutters, so that when the rain, when the winter is around, you know, the gutters will be able to control flooding also. But when now they have some of them just after getting their padam, their allowances, and and whatsoever, get their gas slip and thing. This is the only country that we see. We don't have, but we spend more than what we have. I say minister here, the people ride bicycle. Go to Holland. They ride bicycle to go to work. A representative, a minister. Buy a $75,000 car. We fuel the car. We service the car. We give you, I had to call scratch card to top up your phone and call somebody and be on the internet. your house. We give you gas slip that you fuel your gas, that you also you fuel your car, and then you also have fuel in your generator to run your homes. How much more? So, what is it that you're giving back? What is it that you're giving back? Nothing. You're not giving anything back to us, to our people. Some people are still working 2-3 hours before they go to the next clinic, to the next community health center. 2-3 hours. They're still working. And somebody is there sitting in Monrovia and say, I'm the representative, I'm the senator for this district. And your people are still going through such of challenges. Why? For one reason, for one day, you can even sit down and ask yourself, is this the right thing I'm doing for my people? You don't have any kind of a project that people are benefiting from. And so you represent the people. Too many things to talk about, but let me stop here. I'm going to stop here now. From where I sit and broadcast, the time is 15 minutes to 5. I know I started by 3 o'clock, so it should be nearly 2 hours. I want to say thank you so much for following, especially for many of you that normally contribute. I mean, I thank you so much. That is why that country will be back for Max. Yeah, indeed, because we don't think for other people. We don't think about helping the other people. Every time it's just about ourselves. Mr. President, you told us in Paris that you're on social media, you follow everything that happens. Because I heard you, everything that people are saying, most of what the people were writing, if in fact on your trip, you were repeating them in Paris yesterday. Now that I know that you are following everything, whenever I am talking or addressing my issue, I know definitely you are listening. Mr. President, please look into it. The scratch card thing, Mr. President, get rid of it. Please, Mr. President, the scratch card things. This scratch card thing, you should get rid of it, Mr. President. Get rid of it. Soon you are preparing to come and announce the fiscal budget to us. I think it's in March or April. Mr. President, the money we're giving the people, our lawmakers and things, that money plenty. We can no longer as a nation afford to buy each of them car. And if you say you still want to help to buy cars for them or so, Your Excellency, the expenditure should be far below the other cars they've been having. Some of them are, majority of them are in Monrovia. They don't even go. Those of them that come from the counties, they don't even go and visit their people. And then we spend a huge amount for them. They say, I need this type of car because I have to go to the village. I have to go to, and they don't even go. Let's cut down, Mr. President. Cut down. Cut it down. Allowances as well, Mr. President. You said that, you're going to cut your salary down to 25%, or you're going to take 25% off. But first of all, we want you to tell us, how much are you making? Because now you coming to tell us that you want to take 25% off, but we want to know first of all how much you're making. We want to know your salary. Now when you say you're going to take 25%, we will also do the calculation as your citizen. And we appreciate you. gas slip. Mr. President, we give the people allowances. We give them allowances. We contribute to giving them allowances every month. So why the gas slip again? And one individual will get 100 gallons of gasoline every month, and you say that is not a waste? 100 gallons of gasoline. I mean, every month. Sometimes some of them, they don't even finish it. That's why when you go to gas station, you see people just coming selling gas slips and things. In fact, the big thing they're doing there now is you go, if you maybe you got a friend and you go and hustle, you say, hey, I need something, and what's up? When you go to get your gas slip, they will expect you to go and sell it and get the money out. Mr. President, Your Excellency, please. You're talking about pro-poor agenda. You're talking about reducing your salary, you taking off at least 25% of your salary. You're talking about empowering us as people of the nation. You can only achieve these things when you start with the people that we are responsible to actually feed. I can say feed, we're feeding them. Too much money is being spent, and it's wasteful. Let's try it for 1 year. Cut these how do you call it? The scratch cartons. Just cut it for 1 year and see, and calculate the amount. Calculate the amounts that are going first every year, annually. Ask your people to do the research, Mr. President. How much did we spend last year on scratch cards for each government official? Get the ministry's report, and then say, okay, I'm going to freeze it for 1 year, and let's see whether we will save money. If somebody were receiving maybe 100 gallons of gasoline every month, Your Excellency, cut it down to maybe, well, for example, 50 gallons. And then also get a report for maybe just one fiscal year and say how much did we spend last year on gasoline for government officials. And then then when you come back in, you put a freeze on it. And after the freeze, then you come back, you sit down, you calculate, and you will know the difference, how much we've been spending. And that everything right now in the United Kingdom, almost 3, 4, 5 years ago now, the government is cutting down expense, where money is supposed to go and things. Right now, I mean, first we were complaining, but right now we start to feel the small that, at least, the benefit is coming. Oh yeah, I mean, that's not true. Our lawmakers they make more money than American lawmakers. Even the lawmakers are here. Let me be very frank. I will definitely do some comparison next week on it and give you some reports, even comparing some African countries as well. I'll get to the bottom of that just to give you information. So that, Mr. President, thank you so much for listening. Now, because by virtue of what you said yesterday, for me, I know you follow. But you're not using your own name, but you come and watch us, and you come and listen to what we're saying. You come on the social media, you read what the people are saying about you. That's fine. All what we want, some of them, pieces of advice we're giving you, you have to take it, Mr. President. Had it been some of us, have talked about the former the Minister of Justice that were nominated, and we started raising the issue. Maybe if we haven't talked about him or raised issue about him, we would have taken that man and taken him to be Justice Minister. Who's gonna go have justice in that country? Somebody like that, tinted with that image. But thank you that you took action on that one. You listened to your people. and you withdrew his name from the nomination. Thank you for that. There are a lot of people as well. Even your own citizens, your own partisans are complaining about the city mayor of Monrovia. Your own partisans are complaining of Mr. Koji as far as running the city mayor office is concerned in Monrovia. Or maybe, Mr. President, I know majority of the young people that you're giving them jobs. To me, quite frankly, I'll keep saying that the president is trying you. And tomorrow you won't open your mouth and say and blame him also. God want to kick you out of there. That's why for me, I'm behind you guys. You ask for scholarship and go to school. You're in our first year at university, college. You're in our second year, university or college. You have not gone anywhere. Don't take that position as a director or as a assistant minister or someone at any kind of place. Ask the president to give you scholarship and go and learn, come back. That job is a serious distraction for you as an assistant minister, as a director somewhere with your education. Except you only want to maybe pay money, pay bribe to teachers, and tomorrow you get your graduation gown. But if you want to do that research on your own, you sit down for 2-3 hours doing that research, putting that presentation together, writing the thesis. Leave that job business. That's all me I gotta say. Thank you so much for today. So the Liberian lawmakers are more qualified than American lawmakers. Obviously, my dear Aminata, it's hard to. I will tell you no. Because of his salary? No. What is his name? The former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, who was just kicked out of office, that I am still celebrating. Again, we say I even want to wish. The day I hear he going to court, I will call for pardon for corruption charges and of course misusing the public office. Now, Jacob, the former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma. Let me tell you now, Aminata. Up to last year, statistical review revealed that he was aware. Yeah, he was the least educated African president, and at the same time, he was the highest paid African president. So you see there. Despite some of them, have doctorate degrees. The current one in Zimbabwe, in South Africa right now, Cyril Ramaphosa, I think he have 2 doctorate degrees. Robert Mugabe was even more qualified in terms of education than the president of South Africa. But yet and still, the former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, was the highest paid African president up to last year, up to the point of him leaving office. At the same time, he was the least educated one. And even think he graduated from high school. So you see there, so they leave the whole argument. Not that they are more educated than those in America, but that is it. That's how it goes. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. It's great to have been in your hotel from where I sit and broadcast in the UK. The time is 2 minutes to 5 o'clock. It's also 2 minutes to 5 in Liberia. Okay, so thank you. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow morning, join me on the LIB Gospel Music promo show, and I will be here to promote Liberian gospel music for at least 3 hours. Only Liberian gospel music. Thank you. God bless you. And of course, as usual, I always say, God bless Mama Liberia. Bye-bye. Alright, bye-bye. Thank you so much, all of you that have been watching. Thanks for your contribution. Catch you tomorrow. Cash wedding. Bye-bye. Love you all,